Yeah. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Man Take Shoes Out of Box. The episode where you get to sit there and watch me take a pair of shoes out of a box and tell you what I think about them. The shoes in question today are these, the Rayssa Leal Nike SB Dunk Low Pure Platinum. This is, I think, the first Nike SB Dunk Low collab of the year. It's the second SB Dunk Low we've seen over the past year, wherein the collaborator in question is a professional skateboarder. But before we get into the review, let me share with you a pair of shoes that I got sent recently. As a sneaker content creator, I am sometimes very lucky to receive shoes for free. And I'm under no illusions that this is an incredibly privileged position to be in. And so I want to take a moment to say thank you to Hardcopy and thank you to Mizuno for sending out these. These are the Wave Rider Betas. This is actually my second pair of these. The blue pair that I got last year has been completely rinsed out. And so I am really pleased to be able to replace them with this colorway. And to be honest, I think this colorway is fire. You have this really subtle sort of blue-gray suede that wraps around the bottom of the shoe, this sort of off-white aged midsole, cream laces and gray accents all throughout the sneaker. What I really like about the Wave Rider Beta is the midsole. It's really squishy, it's really soft. They also have a really nice soft squishy insole, meaning that once you break these in, these are really comfortable. I also like the silhouettes and the shape as well. These definitely fit the chunky dad shoe trends. And as you can see on foot, I think they look really cool and the colorway is just clean as. Perfect shoe for summer. Right, so let's jump into these Nike SB Dunk Lows. These released here in the UK earlier this week, I think on Wednesday, alongside the Air Jordan 9 Powder Blues, which I'll also be bringing you guys a review on over the course of the weekend. They sold out instantly, and because I've been traveling back from Aotearoa, New Zealand over the past week, I didn't really have my head in the sneaker game. I didn't enter into any raffles for these. I pretty much pinned all my hopes on the Nike Sneakers app release, and of course I took an L. And so I ended up having to pay resale for these, but luckily prices aren't too crazy on this pair. I paid £150 all in, and these are a US 11 or a UK 10. Now in terms of the packaging, you get the cream sail quick strike box that, as you can see here, I have seen fit to gouge a pretty hearty scrape into, owing to my enthusiasm getting these out of the packaging. Opening up the box to reveal the shoes, you get a pretty cool colorway. Now before we get into the colorway, let's just quickly talk about who Rayssa Leal is. Rayssa Leal is a 16-year-old Brazilian skateboarder. She first achieved international recognition when a video of hers went viral. In this video, she can be seen heel flipping this staircase, wearing this sort of princess/butterfly costume. It's a pretty cool video. And years later, her skateboarding talents would be realized as she achieved a silver medal in the 2020 Tokyo Summer Olympic Games. She's an April Skateboards representative and has achieved a lot, both in street skating as well as in competitive skating, to the point where Nike has seen fit to give her her very own SB Dunk Low. Now, in terms of the shoes themselves, the colorway is called Pure Platinum. It's predominantly white, offset against this gray and tan suede. You also get this really nice contrast and pop through the swooshes, which on the lateral side features a blue, and on the medial side features this vivid purple. You get this leather material on the toe box, which is kind of average. That same leather features on the rear of the shoe. You get some nice suede on the paneling on the uppers, as well as on the rear heel tab. The liner is this cotton mesh type fabric, finished in the royal blue, the textile type tongue, and of course the gum outsole. The really cool features in this sneaker are in the details. One of the coolest features has to be on the tongue tab, where it actually says Rayssa's Dunk. On the rear of the tongue, you get this smiley emoji face, which also crops up on the mid panels of the sneaker, as well as on the lace doubrés. And these, from what I've been able to gather, are representative of Rayssa's bright and sparkling, friendly personality. You also get the Rayssa logo on the rear of the shoe, which I think is really cool. It is a really nice looking logo. The shoes feature this nice little contrast where on the left shoe, on the lateral swoosh, you get the vivid purple, whereas on the lateral side of the right shoe, you get the deep royal. And the reverse is the case when it comes to the medial swooshes. That same vibe plays out on the insoles, where on the left side you have the same purple and on the right side you have the same royal blue. All in all, the quality of the shoe feels really good. There's no QC issues on my pair. I did say the leather wasn't the best, but it's also not the worst. And I'm a big sucker for a gum sole. Look, I think it's a nice looking shoe. They're not spectacular. They're not real neck breakers, but they are a very clean and wearable and tastefully made shoe with some really cool details specific to Rayssa. And so the next thing we got to do is chuck them on foot and see what they look like and feel what they feel like. First of all, the fit. Like most modern day SBs, I always recommend going a half size up to your true size. Mainly because of the zoom unit in the insole and also because of the fatter tongue and the slightly narrower construction that some of the more modern SBs seem to be taking on, going a half size up is usually a win. In terms of how they look on foot, I think they look really clean. It's a very simple shoe. Contrasting swooshes and the pop of royal blue against the otherwise semi-monochromatic upper looks really cool in my opinion. And you can never go wrong with a gum sole. Now, as for the resale, these are not going for crazy money. I paid £150 all in for these, which is like 40 quid over the retail, which isn't that bad at all. Something about the colorway and the number of units has meant that this shoe isn't going for crazy money, despite it being, in my opinion, a really nicely put together SB Dunk Low. And so if you were even halfway interested in copying these, this isn't the type of shoe that you're going to break the bank, even if you go into the resale market for. In terms of collectability, look, I think if you're into skating, you like to follow the big players in the games, the likes of Rayssa or the likes of Yuto Horigome, this is obviously going to be a no-brainer. In fact, much like Yuto, I could certainly see this being the first of many Nike SB Dunk Low collabs with the likes of Rayssa. And so, in my opinion, it is a really nicely put together SB. A lot of really cool, subtle details, playful motifs, as well as interesting design elements that take inspiration from Rayssa's backgrounds. I think they look cool, I think they're comfy, and the fact that they're out there on the resale market for pretty reasonable money is a W. And so I really like them. Looking forward to rocking them out this summer. What do you guys think of the Rayssa Leal SB Dunk Lows? Did you guys cop? Did you guys pass? Are you feeling them? Are you not? Feel free to let me know down below. And while you're here, be sure to drop a like on the video. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care for now and peace.